Hey guys, it's Ash here with WatchMojo, and these are the top 20 anime of 2021. For this list, we're bolstering our selection from last year by looking over the greatest anime hits to come out over 2021. From the heavy hitters to some not-so-hidden gems. Think we still missed out on this year's defining anime entries? Let us know in those comments below. And as always, if there is an anime list you want to see, go to my Twitter at AshJBo and let me know. Number 20, Tokyo Revengers. Time travel, gang warfare, redemption, and a whole lot of tears. Takemichi's journey was as brutal as it was endearing. While certainly lacking in punching power, the crybaby hero's strength of character is undeniable, one that continued to push him onward in his various attempts to save his old flame from an untimely death by joining the same gang responsible in the hope of changing it from within. As expected with anything to do with time loops, there's a lot of heartbreaking trial and error involved. The struggle to find the perfect route has never been so intense. Number 19, SSSS Dynazenon. Following on from the unexpectedly awesome time that was SSSS Gridman, Dynazenon continued the trend of blending together giant mecha, killer visuals, a horde of kaiju, and interspersing it with mature characterization. The new cast of pilots not only have to deal with monster-based conspiracies, but also their own personal brand of dark teenage drama. As a little something for everyone here, whether it's the crazy action, tokusatsu homages, or surprisingly sweet relationships. All in all, we can't wait to see where the Gridman Extended Universe goes next. Plus, it's like my favorite show from last year, so go watch it. Number 18, Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. We've found her, people. We've found the transcendent waifu, the one who takes the best elements of every dere subgenre, all rolled into one adorable feisty package. While initially coming across as hostile to each other, Nagatoro and Senpai's relationship swiftly develops from relentless teasing to one of the most heartfelt romances we've seen in a long time. There's nothing more adorable than a firecracker like Nagatoro becoming possessive of her socially awkward crush, whilst also wrestling with her own growing affections. Number 17, Baki Hanma. The muscle-bound insane fight fest continues. Just when you thought Baki's antics couldn't get more ridiculous, he finds himself taking on the full force of America. And by that we mean he's sent to a crazy prison and has to battle against the guards, his fellow inmates, and the mountain of muscle that is Biscuit Oliver. If you're a Baki fan, you already know what to expect, though this installment certainly goes all in, showcasing just how much of a monster the son of the ogre has become when it comes to combat.
それでもあのシーンには心底度肝を抜かれたよ。丸飲みだよ、人一人を。パットマン。
Number 16, Komi can't communicate. A woman of few words, yet hailed as a goddess among her peers. From the outset, Komi appears to be the perfect lady, and she might well be. Just not for the reasons you think. Crippled by her communication disorder, yet still desperate to make friends, Komi's life starts to shift with the introduction of the ultimate everyman / unsuspecting Giga Chad, Tadano, whose ability to see her for who she is kickstarts a slew of hilarious and tender interactions. The only problem you'll have with this series will be between choosing who you prefer, regular or Kitty Komi.
これが言えたら友達100人なんかすぐですよ。
Number 15, My Hero Academia Season 5. Was it as impressive as previous seasons? Well, not exactly, but it certainly delivered where it counted. Between the drama with Todoroki's family and Deku trying to control his additional quirk, it was certainly a slower burn than we were used to, only for that to all be flipped on its head courtesy of the My Villain Academia arc. Shigaraki's development and descent into absolute villainy was thrilling, reaffirming himself as the one true big bad for the heroes of tomorrow to overcome.
こいつはまるで全て解放されたかのような。
Now that the groundwork has been laid, we're hoping next season slays it. Number 14, Dr. Stone, Stone Wars. How is it possible to overcome an empire of violent youths in a stone world where modern technology has been lost, while also ensuring that the siege itself remains bloodless? With the bloody power of science, that's how.
VS 司帝国本土決戦ストーンウォーズの開戦だ。
Determined to best Tsukasa and his cronies without losing a single life, Senku's second outing certainly leans towards the action-oriented side of things. But rest assured, there's still plenty of physics and chemical know-how added to the mix.
自然が人類に与えた純粋な力だ。人類自身が積み重ねた科学だ。
Leave it to the mad scientist to educate us on the helpful nature of nitroglycerin.
力をギリシャ語でなんて言うか知ってっか？ダイナマイトだ。
Number 13, Laid Back Camp Season 2. If you're looking to watch something that leaves you completely zen, then look no further than the continuing exploits of the Out Club. Once again trekking all over Japan in search of fun places to camp out, the new season offers a heaping helping of goodwill and warmth as its characters dine on local cuisine, whilst also camping out amongst such stunning vistas you'll forget they're animated. Don't be shocked if you get the sudden urge to buy yourself a tent. The relaxation is infectious. Number 12, The Case Study of Vanitas. From Wonderland to vampires, the creator of Pandora Heart's latest efforts has left many of us charmed, all thanks to a whimsical interpretation of gothic lore, flashy characters, and a surprising amount of sex appeal. Seriously, every bloodsucker here is in a perpetual horny mode. Despite being vilified for his cursed origins, the eccentric Vanitas seeks to undo the afflictions plaguing vampires thanks to the contents of his sacred book, only to find himself having to contend with multiple moving pieces, as well as the living nightmare that is Charlatan.
みんなでご飯にしましょう。
Well worth taking a bite out of. Number 11, 86. A political military thriller of incredible potential, 86 is a relentless meditation on prejudice, conflict, and how the only thing scarier than a legion of crazed mechs is how clashing ideologies can lead to such inhuman atrocities. Determined to make a difference in the lives of the squad under her command, Elena endeavors to not only keep them alive, but try to improve the lives of those dubbed as 86s to the best of her ability.
早速お悔やみ申し上げます、ハンドラー1。それはどういう死神によろしく。
Only for her to be constantly reminded that the world she lives in is not so accommodating. Fair warning, this is a brutal one.
やだ。死にたくない。
Number 10, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean. Seeing out the year with a festive helping of Aura Aura Aura, we have the long-awaited next chapter in the Joestar Bloodline's increasingly crazy exploits.
私も名前をつけるわ。ストーンフリー。私はこの石の海から自由になる。
Taking her father's place in the spotlight, Jolene Cujo not only stands tall as the first female JoJo, but kicked off her solo series in style.
何の話をしている？
だからさ、死で始まる下半身関係の言葉。
Falsely accused and imprisoned, it falls to Jolene and her new band of prison buddies to break out and bring the conspiracy behind her incarceration to light. Between all the new stands and ever-increasing list of waifus, we can't wait to see what heights Jolene and Stone Free will reach. Number 9, To Your Eternity. A meditation on the various aspects of humanity set in a fantasy world ripe with danger and ugliness, penned by the author of A Silent Voice. Is it any wonder this made so many weep in the very first episode alone?
僕は僕と解放してただけなんだから。くそ、くそ。
Fushi's journey from sentient orb to wolf to boy made for an enchanting viewing experience, and a heartbreaking one.
待って、グーグー、行かないで。私、あなたのこと。
Not only did he have to contend with the grossness of the knockers as they endeavored to steal away his power, but also come to grips with the frailty of mortality as each of his newfound friends and loved ones enter and exit his immortal life.
君が好きだ。
Number 8, Vivi, Fluorite Eyes Song.
感謝と宇宙いっぱいの花束を宿命さえ運命さえもどうぞ輝かせて
Blending tense sci-fi shenanigans with the intrinsic nature of music, Vivi's mission to avoid a future where mankind is wiped out by an onslaught of corrupted AI was a thrill ride from start to finish, one that didn't only offer banging songs, but some unexpectedly frantic and fluid action.
了解。
Even if some elements of the Singularity Project plotline can come across a little off-key, the bond and banter between Vivi and Matsumoto was so delightful that it's worth watching just to see how their companionship evolves.
シンギュラリティ計画を。
遂行する。
Number 7, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Season 2. Cementing itself among the upper echelons of the isekai genre, Rimru's continuing adventures not only brought us plenty more explosive fights, but also dared to venture into darker territory.
ベルゼビュート。
The sequel season explores that even as a borderline unstoppable slime monster, Rimuru isn't above consequences, and propping up a nation full of monsters in a world where prejudice and human greed is king certainly lends itself to some dire consequences.
悪デーモンだと。
Though it may have been worth it when you consider the amazing clashes that sprung from their conflict, or in Shogo's case, a complete thrashing. Number 6, Megalobox 2, Nomad. This sequel had no right to be as good as it was. While it had a solid foundation and served as a worthy successor to Tomorrow's Joe, the original Megalobox unfortunately faltered during its all-important final punch-out, and then along came Nomad and demolished our expectations. Going from champion to tormented junkie, Joe's fall from grace had so much weight and nuance to it that watching him slowly rise up to reclaim his dignity and passion for boxing was a true spectacle.
あんた言ったよな。まだ夢から覚めてねえって。ああ。最後まで見届けてんだ。その夢の続きを。
That, and we couldn't get enough of Chief.
なあジョー、俺はあん時のあんたみたいにキラキラしてるか。
Number 5, Odd Taxi. Where on earth did this anthropomorphic gem come from?
お前ブルース・スプリングスティーンの五感に酔ってるよな。
言いたいだろブルース・スプリングスティーン。
じゃあ3回言ってみるブルース・スプリングスティーン。
ブルース・スプリングスティーン、ブルース・スプリングスティーン。
言えてねえから。
ブルース・スプリングスティーン。
You've got the silky wordplay of a Tarantino movie, combined with one of the tightest written mysteries to ever appear in all of anime, all saturated in a cornucopia of exquisitely realized characters who just happen to appear as animal hybrids.
あんた生まれはどこなんだ？
宮崎。
ちょっと宮崎民謡歌ってよ。
庭の
歌えんのかよ。
This is certainly one that needs to be watched with untainted eyes, given the abundance of twists, but let's just say being a walrus and a taxi driver in this town isn't easy. Especially when the key players attached to a missing persons case happen to drift in and out of your inner circle.
ああ、どちらも。
Number 4, Ranking of Kings. Which studio just doesn't miss? With an aesthetic straight out of a Ghibli production, this fantasy romp is an utter delight to watch. As the son of a mighty king, the young prince Boji eagerly seeks to live up to the legacy of his father, the only problem being that he's deaf and has no strength to speak of. Not only does he have to overcome the adversity of his weaker body, but also save his kingdom when dark forces threaten to overrun it. By taking classic tropes of the genre and injecting it with an unabashed amount of charm, Wit have created something truly special with this. Number 3, Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. There's something poetic about the original isekai taking back its crown, all thanks to an adaptation that absolutely dominates over its contemporaries. After biting the dust of the Truck-kun, a middle-aged loser is reborn in a world filled with magic. As flawed as he is, Rudius's second chance at life has nonetheless unraveled into an epic, sprawling tale, filled with all the action and character introspection we could have wanted. The flawless animation combined with the world building and saga potential has well and truly raised the bar. Number 2, Attack on Titan: The Final Season. Just when you thought it was impossible to top the roller coaster that was Season 3, MAPPA delivered onto us the first part of this modern anime masterpiece's closing chapter. Delving deep into the lore and dropping bombshells with each new episode, the war between Paradis and Marley was more than we could have ever expected. And right at the center of it all, we've got Eren, who by this point has completed his transformation from bratty rebel all the way to Chad with an untold number of layers. Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here's a colossal number of honorable mentions you need to check out. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S.
要するにお前は敵だ。
Skate the Infinity. The Ida 10 deities know only peace.
まとめて全部消え去るがよい。無茶するな師匠。
Godzilla Singular Points. Beastars Season 2.
レゴシ君好き大好き
Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway's Flash. Kimono Jihen. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, Thrice Upon a Time. Holy shit, it exists! An actual ending to the Evangelion franchise.
僕なんか放っておいてほしいのに。なんでみんなこんなに優しいんだよ。
碇くんが好きだから。ありがとう、話をしてくれて。これ、仲良くなるためのおまじない。
Not only is it confounding that we actually got to this point, but that the final product turned out to be pretty damn spectacular. Serving as the conclusion to the rebuild verse, as well as the series in general, Anno's vision is perfectly realized here, with Shinji and the rest trying to bring an end to the threat of the angels once and for all. While we're sure there were many who were strung due to who actually won the waifu war, it's still very much the good ending fans had been waiting for. At long last, Shinji got in the robots. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.